banzarangar padma sadarda Ahom 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 banzarangar sadarda Ahom banzarangar padma 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 sadarda Ahom सदर्द आहूं बांजरंगर पद्मा 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 सदर्द आहूं बांजरंगर padma sadarda ahum banjarangara 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 padma sadarda ahum Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banzarangara Padma Sadarda ahum 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 Banjarangara 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 padma sadarda Banzarangara Padma Sadarda Ahom 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 Banzarangara Padma Sadarda
Om Zamara Zamara Vomana Zaramaha Zambaba Om Malezo Zamara Zamara Voman Zaramaha Zambaba Om Malezo Zamara Zamara Voman Zaramaha Zambaba Om Malezo Om Zilan Daro Yelong Zeba Zaji Jiang Yana Yeba Ye Sanji Jiu Da Gi Do Ma Bu Gen La Xiang Zai Da Jia Zhao Ji Jiu Zhu Mi Jia Bu Zhen Da Dong Zhi Gu Xin Bu Jie Hua Gi Zha Hua Dan Ba Gen La Guan Ba Jie Jie Zha Ba Ji Rong Bu Dan Bu Zhan Zhe Hua Dong Ne Shen Jie Dan Jia Le Guo Zhe Bu Ye Zhen Zhan Ba Zha Ra Zha Hua De Zhen Zhen Du Mi Zha Xi Hua Bi Hua Dui Hua Xian Ba Jian La Xiang Zha Jia Hua Yun Na Hua Dan Du Jie Zhe Xi Rui Rong Hua Gun Bo Xie Bo Hua Sa Ye Nyong Bo Zi Ba Nan Ba Se Na Gui Nyong Bo Ba Jiu Gen De Ho Ba Du Ji Ban Guo Lo Xiang Da Rong Hua Dan Hua Re Zhe Nian Ma Ye Yao Zhe Lan Na Zhao Ji Hua Ju Jiu Xiao Ju Sen Hua Jian La Xiang Zha Ren Qi Da Jiu Zhe Xi Zhe Ji Niao Duan Jiu Ban Se Ye Wo Gan Ma La Ye Zhao Dan Da Ben Zhuo Hua Wing Mo Ne Jia Zhe Wo Ji Gu Lu De Ren Qi Da Jiu Jie Ji Xia Zhan Ji Xiao Di Jia Hua Jiu Jiao Ji Ji Ge Suan Ge Hua Zhen Bi Hua Bi Hua Zhen Xi Lan Mo Jian La Xiang Zai Lu Zhuang Ba Qi Mo De Jiu Zhen Mi Wo Mo Dong Dan Dong Ji Bo Ye Guo Zhuo Mo Dong 穷了我们莫少难多真的了这个罗道，这些了当多多多姐姐，包瓦了这就的家赞助，啥事内色给了这七百姐的就话见了将在路，大家懂得小话中把了个当年话这话给也的，说多话被三多也引着。他记得那本说说把酒，现在跟的那米有家酒，若莫接庄稼人那的说，这季节我们那里就为。本上就不准记这节节，南无下那谁呀？南无不过的本子，他的装嘛。但那的个那个的上也三不当也大大红白子的本子的嘛本子的嘛好的这不这么好不要不这么好不的这不这么好的本子的本子怎么那本子？三万个嘛我是那比他不这也说好南无下那谁呀？南无不过的本子，他的装嘛。但那的个的个的上也三不当，那的红白子的本子的嘛本子的嘛好的这不这么好不要不这么好不。来知道把这么好的班子，把是什么的班子，啥话干嘛呢？不知道把这些说话，那么现在这些那么不过的班子，这做嘛的那个的，还是上也上不带的那红班子的班子的嘛班子的嘛，我的这把这么好不要把这，嘛好把的知道把这么好把的班子，把是什么的班子，啥话干嘛呢？不知道那把这些说话，玛丽圣洁光洁光洁将。得得黄金莫然穷杂乱，我那玛丽节也坚决不。我今内得了下水说，但到做了的这些，你接着做的一诺，接着就把它接把，得着就当也是。说爸爸讲话也那肩膀像在路，今天是大秋节今天那的是下半毛也送给个，那给马里的那单家啦，里到也到为小聚。那么就慢慢来动那给家娃谈家也结完生的，养个的年里人的蚂蚁，家娃跟那人都相差路。在街上那的年上街单上街的街尾那也把大，得的就这样能把里把，单家家娃打给高啊么？那单把木来家做难，养街也拉家做三根基，家娃根基用的那就讲，对娃下嘛单家打给多，没多单嘛做啊单嘛多，10年的东西嘛都就到，嘛没讲多的不单嘛一，家娃的那烂那就嘛去。那人能把人到这就到，先马坡马人人也把到，过马家把分把就安吉，家娃的那烂那就嘛。就嘛刚那烂没家接娃的那家娃的家烂要么，上坡穷了的么多那给，家娃跟了相差就嘛。多久也当的莫忘给那领导多的也去讲，得把他给去嘛去去吧，得那当家的给说说。小鸡家嘛跟到送去着，让家的道路到么落到。做爱跟起做那跟那样，等他跟起起是大爷了。我那兄弟今天做嘛呢？想觉得马上去嘛家里，恐怖的那单给单家啦，恐落了那没把过个。年等多高也等他了，做爱跟那没有等我去。干嘛养个的年也把养，那给他莫的也说去。就叫什么东西这也中更要说吧也，给把穷人当给去啥吧，咱家当给想决心我相信那也不上去穷单的咱家到上去了呢，想去真话进步难道那么多去真嘛进步难道，我是说想去年不去去晚上见那老家生去，穷老想去生活也错了。的一家人，将军娘不去接晚上见那老家人去，就老将军生活也错了的一家人。 小觉娘波七节万上界那拉家神界，九老小觉神化也，多郎的也家神界，界大为界的下界，小觉的那界八道，小觉神会那巴拉，对那人也那巴达，但也做那盘头的，小觉神那界界要，那也的那拉巴拉，人把因的拉巴。皆大闻皆得下界，小觉得那界八道，小觉神会那巴拉，等到的也来吧。等也做那盘头的，小觉神那觉觉要，等也的那拉巴拉，人把因的拉巴。皆大闻皆得下界，小觉得那界八道，小觉神会那巴拉，等到的也来吧。做那盘头的，小觉神那觉觉要，等也的那拉巴拉。人马因的来把觉，到底他在追我有梦也的马拉巴多，对了上你的设计，上去这色大激动，但能给进你就人的的魔力战斗，就没真不然的啦，牛把魔界的难。龙尾向大本魔力，见大人年年八道，对见一大地内，想决胜的大啦。百万的老舅妈当家姐，新华中华的小街道呢，我的那真的我的鸡，拉到南门来说讲话鸡，小学生叫人不接，满街把那姐姐姐，姐把年把没把哟，公没公的没完。小学生那么专用，小学修那有活动，上学南京有罗药，自己的那不完。小学生话南京的，做多的来公主学，公婆也能讲公吧，圣洁的老的就，圣洁的家的到单姐姐，俺做的家的都懂话学，小学生话跟着咱也吧。等到跟前嘛拉着把小花红水的去把娃往个不装的，等到走走的不一些个，把家的那把没容易的，多见你嘛弄话去摸，就看到外大一多接就接的往些的接接家的，爸妈就不管你好我接，难得的那往起黑的个。把这外的混的角度不讲不得见得，马里见个也做多些嘛，就能相信往前等等。我这多结婚我曾给做，当多年把钱不忘记的，多结个也个接着是有，干没中个样子个生个。我的马不管地用了家，这一当街又要的把戏，多几家嘛进不得见的，男女无这都给就这样。多几家这样把情不也，让这台湾情不的些吧。那一件事他把中国钱，等结婚啊情话音乐吧。不然接着这万个来出来，给别送还得做情节咯，就多这多给还他的。我没忘的前面我这装红啊红色的金把娃王个不装的，这都说这的不一起个，马家在那把没容易的，都见你妈都啊进步，就看到外大一多接就，见你往前的姐姐家的，慢慢就不管你好往前，让这人都往前黑的个，早晚一起伴着外人混，但就都不见不得见的。也做了些嘛，就落下去我学的东个。我在多结婚我曾给做，那多年把情不完结的，多结个也感觉这是有，干没中个样子个生。我的嘛不管你用了家，在一当街又要的把戏，多去家嘛情不得见的，那牛这多给就这样，多去家这样把情不也，那这的话情不得些吧，那一件事咱们都过节，得去公话情话音乐不，那件这是。万个来做来，给别说话的做情节咯，就到这都给还他的，都没忘的前面我这做啊红色的金把我王个不装的，很多种种都不一起个，马家的那把没容易的，都见你往东啊进步，就看到外大一多接就，见你往前的姐姐家人，慢慢就不管你好往前，让这的往前黑的个，早晚一起把这外的混的就都不。见不得见的，马里见个也走着前嘛，就能将去往前等等。我这多结婚我曾给做，那多年把情不完结的，多几个也个接着自由，干没中个样子个生个。后来嘛不管你用了钱，这一当街又要的把血。 男女无知多给就这样，多结相结呀把金毛引，让这对把金毛都写吧。那一件这咱们若可见，等起空话心话音也不，然前真正万个来出来，给别从外的做新节路，兄弟这多给还他的，多没忘的心没我这追，我见一见的相残，爸妈给啥都没了，也真就我着你爸妈就那。一色着，光灯光烛忙不过，亲戚金色的自己，今年落线下厕所，喝着斑马色的火，怎么喝着咱家东，怎么忍着军婆家，小时年娃咱家，自己个家了做了，送外地做今年多，现在送把家，咱把爷爷这把东，穷到多么热做，怎么喝着咱家东，怎么忍着军婆家。自己个家了做了，送外地做今年多，现在送把家做，咱把爷爷这把东，穷到多么我这做，怎么喝着咱家东，直播忍着军婆，小时年我在家东，自己个家了做了，送外地做今年多，现在送把家，咱把爷爷这把东，穷到多么我这做，怎么喝着咱家东，直播忍着军婆家。自己个家了做了，送外地做新节多，现在送把家做，咱把爷爷这把东，穷到东北我这做，怎么搁着咱家，直播忍着金婆家，小时年我咱家东，自己个家了做了，送外地做新节多，现在送把家做，咱把爷爷这把东，穷到东北我这，怎么搁着咱家东，直播忍着金婆家，小时年我咱家东，自己个家了做了，送外地做新节多，现在送把家做。怎么也怎么，穷到多么我这做，怎么搁着咱家东，直播忍着军婆家。自己个家了做了，送外地做新节多，现在送我家说，怎么也怎么东，穷到多么我这做，怎么搁着咱家东，直播忍着军婆家，小时年我在家东，自己个家了做，送外地做新节多，现在送我家说，怎么也怎么，穷到多么我这做，见了头家送外的波地，但说刚的那不上就说，那当我不但做夜晚。就到那西北瓦扎的水啊，青梅同把你的东军歌，老瓦跟梅中间青梅中，让东南个就这家作为人去上这半夜当味道，东马中梅香家送给那圣洁东街真的回家的，全国神说东街心中也，下雨山楼上叫了江下，下雨年呀等着龙着南，圣洁人的圣洁换北瓦，一起我这单位看要家。你为这接来的坚持说，把中家中空气用狗养，咱白咱接着也当起来，那中的我穷个换走啊，想看你别当年金波山，鸟去金波中的你没有，从南门了金波家到，半个灯火战斗先摸到，蹲把的姐姐了想他了，那也口手给走了修剪，跟上就没真的没那把，多没那是的多满你把，娘的就把咱不说说。万能中秋你我给我那你是咱了几次也都咱交钱去就去公路车小去抢了钱把公的就那南卡单位一起个对手目前没白也目前但是我渐渐真动脚这边这个单的脑外说他给你这上面给做起看家就爱跟来办那个就去家母他被你学教就去家为公报都没就大家你没做完公没单他接了没作为关子嘞，要到底的人进来世界，那我今年真累，但是叫中没结果人，也是他没有那手得到。寂寞嘛你话，小菊花等等姐姐真吹，咱就马到这等别进去东别个的也行。我这那聪明的话，清波单刀圣洁单家接着把单家上要等把清波单接云的真，见得心莫东北沙诺北沙来啦嘛，东把穷的地的雨下马在穷把要打把中北上去花家湾小家的嘛，想在路穷多家事情我来。 来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴九北上街花家万小家的嘛，香茶路九多家世界我来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴九北上街花家万小家的嘛，香茶路九多家世界我来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴九北上街花家万小家的嘛，香茶路九多家世界我来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴九北上街花家万小家的嘛，香茶路九多家世界我来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴九北上街花家万小家的嘛，香茶路九多家世界我来嘛，东巴九大地的雨下马扎九巴要那巴上街花家万小家的嘛啦，香茶九多家世界我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣。大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我大道嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣哦嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣嘛呢嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣我们的嘛呢嘛嘛呢耶稣的哇先把这个天在东空的个在真的阳看到天界上就让不见的嘛他在空了他说结完修那米萨瓦达那个那不有不修嘛空呗萨瓦达空个的萨瓦达那麦克空内空说海界都能跟着他了的我去这是完美角色场景若真的光的不结局从罗中的三头轮着街都能跟着他了的我去这是完美角色场景若真的光的不结局从罗中的三头轮着街都能跟着他了的我去这是完美角色场景若我真的光的不结局从罗中的三头轮着追魂跟他说嘛一起出比赛要去什么一个战士一起里头见地满目中从罗中的就会春雷我跟他说嘛一起出比赛要去什么一个战士一起里头见地满目中从罗中的就会春雷我跟他说嘛一起出比赛要去什么一个战士一起里头见地满目中从罗中的就会春雷追是种种间接寂寞然后来这么能见多默契让到金个才把的假期从罗中的就会春雷是种种间接寂寞然后来这么能见多默契让到金个才把的假期从罗中的就会春雷是种种间接寂寞然后来这么能见多默契让到金个才把的假期从罗中的就会春雷追魂那些寂寞寂寞的泪期待的马整个不你说看见三界做到底从罗中的就会春雷我那些寂寞寂寞的泪期待的马整个不你看见三界做到底从罗中的就会春雷我那些寂寞寂寞的泪期待的马整个不你说从罗中的就会春雷追是斑马王个关键的我记站在这迷中不扬泪怎么不管快这瓦机终究也了从里面着是斑马王个关键的我记站在这迷中不扬泪怎么不管快这瓦机终究也了从里面着是斑马王个关键的我记站在这迷中不扬泪怎么不管快这瓦机终究也了从里面 着着，刚修也拉怎么长居着，可没有这的话怎么也，求求也也能我见他见，他个三头马里灭着着，爱过地球个个大肉没了，让他们个一起爱咯。哦，万能加倍多吉拉，南巴加吉耶耶罗尼，半生真知半知大一切，九界下知大知大万能，下你界中人母没着，让那南没见南没山地心人我在爱相看。世间坏多聚西来耶拉门，姐妹朋友下来说话。公鸡多白波万千吉罗，你记得我在爱相看。世间坏多聚集来耶拉门，姐妹朋友下来说话。公鸡多白波万千吉罗，内心的我在爱相看。世间坏多聚集来耶拉门，姐妹朋友呀来说话。公鸡多白波万千吉罗，达尼拉玛哦爱多勒吉，让我信我的修鸟为他，加个一切界的拉玛多。看见别心拉多巴拉桑。 计划跟的样的人们都在没纠结换来多修家，三道人机用的人主内。多结将克古邦年多修，穷难的公婆将淮阳来相在路，刚过了主真气真善的那人那的差别。今年东个今夜的今年节的个拉曼这刚的准备走的马的们的记得我。早说给了我记得自言了这句要难说，真的就说牛毛里立即家族走在脚，马人们是的安眠可今夜就在那真的。都内当就早起当所以那里做价值的五个。接着今年这次大陆本是就话要来的，我的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道。东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道。东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东。东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊的不知道东啊
Yanji Jembor Sultan Nimijang, Woman Monum Jembor Nabiada, Bakridan Santo Shermado, Tomba Tuji Jana Kishon Zor Kordo Gurunjan Yambom Gara Yoda Kordo Gavicheta. Tony Yambo Rebi Namjarba, Honjan Ramjar Zon, Zorande, Malasakim Cheran Yanaja, Kondo Zambor Munum number. Jarum Trelli Drumza Banja, La Mijala, Kijam Zar, Jimmer Stonjum, Better Lava, Pantola Basam, Yonder, Hoi Pandem Johnny, Yam the Bandem Joe, Horton Lamerki, Jam Zar, Condoton, Chobjuton Gunjitena, Desolum, Gerakans, Tandra Juji, Chermbe, Yambrando Bandata, Drosha, Shu.
I heard that I'm going to give you the oral transmission.
Terter Toba Kayande, Soso Ranshim Tonga Ned, Jimmy the Yangla Chagmepa, Tome Shirna, Teta Yen. Yishik Zigbata Be Na, Santi Yishib, Lamed of Shir, Pagba Shirmer Doban, Lichin Kenji, Javiano. Stomba, Tamba, Flapton Yi, Tagba, Samdam, Shir Sam La, Mubar Namgi, Wangshin, Jackson number of Japa Yen, Bamshir Louis Chuchin, Mepshin Chikdam Chibi Shir. Churnama Nidam Pagbi Tsog, Tangi Kamcho Mayano, Tambi Tondun Joa is Kamna Sangi Nyachin, Taba Chujir Kajim, Tsogyan Taim Tartagi, 종아 군시를 점에도 시를 터던 시르당 직된지 연기를 시르당 초근이도 시를 여러매 시를 초근 꿈초근 nhất今天的直美的直记直记的是你当直美的三节用的家里唔刚làm chok sum ge wa sum jong wa ton da mzik bar nam gi yer nyo to kum chok sum bon di rig tham chit zik bar nam gi yer de yong nam ji korum jener gi ji yin sam kyav tag dang nyom dan tag dan shir gun ni nyom me tag shir number ye wa me chu shir hundred number marto shir 下面我们讲
Now,
报训了
let's continue with our classes on Uttara Tantra Shastra.
讲报训了之前稍微
In fact, before the actual class, I would like to first address a few things.
怎么讲听说这样的这个法大家应该
First and foremost, I would like to address the importance of listening to such a supreme Dharma.
对法对佛
Of course, to have faith towards the Dharma, the Sangha, and the Buddha, as well as the Lama who's teaching. In
修
fact,
行过程当中要就是对三宝的这种信心
this is quite important to cultivate such faith while studying.
如意宝93年的时候的一个
I
非常珍贵的
by chance received this recording of Jinghe Pongtsog Rinpoche's teaching, and
三宝呢
during which Pongtsog Rinpoche then gave the teaching on the teaching of non-retrogress faith towards the three jewels.
下个礼拜的课程就安排
I think next week
就是可能用在这个课程当中
I'm going to
堂课
give one teaching on that particular teaching that was given by Pongtsog Rinpoche. I'm not going to play the video during the class, but I will then give a short teaching of the Pongtsog Rinpoche's teaching, and then later on you will study on your own time. I think together the teaching of Pongtsog Rinpoche as well as the English translation takes about 100 minutes in total.
的这个课呢就是应该要听完
I think you have 100 minutes in your a week of time.
下一堂课呢就是
If you can't finish listening to the Pongtsog Rinpoche's 100 minutes of video teaching, then I suggest you not. In fact, you cannot attend my class on next Wednesday.
就是星期一和二
Next Monday and Tuesday we'll have Vimalakirti Sutra, and on Wednesday I will give teaching on the teaching given by Pongtsog Rinpoche.
然后呢
I'll give a short
然后呢
explanation of that teaching, and then
应该是哪天是这个7月31号就是7月31
I
号
think on Wednesday it is July 31st, and between July 31st to August 7th, I hope that everyone could either read or finish watching the entire video that has
看不完
the content of the teaching of Pongtsog Rinpoche.
帮我用
If you cannot
用这个英语翻译
finish,
然后也有韩文的这个文字不是同步翻译
I hope that you could study it. The translation of that video, in fact, the language that's used in that video was Pongtsog Rinpoche gave teaching in Tibetan language, and then it was consecutively translated into English. So together it took about 100 minutes. I think this is quite a great timing, a very auspicious timing, because just at the time that we finished the teaching of the chapter on the three jewels of Tadakatagarbha, and then and then the translation of that text is available as well as the video. So I really hope that you could then read into it, including the Sangha members over here in Larungar as well as the ones who are in other places around the world. I hope that you vow to finish watching this video or read the text of that teaching by Phuntsok Rinpoche. And then if you can finish that within 1 week, then you can take my class. You can listen to my class on Wednesday. I really think that in order to generate a long-term devotion towards the three jewels and have that long-term opportunity to study the Dharma, you really need lots of merits. Without merits, even if you are really good at other aspects in life, you probably won't be able to stay and listen and contemplate and practice the Dharma. They made a short clip, so I'll give you a short clip as the teaser of our class for Wednesday, as well as for the video recording of Phuntsok Rinpoche's teaching. The video clip was the teaser. And this video recording was taken back in 1993, which was 26 years ago. That was the first time that he went to the West, to Canada, which included a few really precious video teachings, video recordings of the teachings by Phuntsok Rinpoche. And I really think that this is quite timely, especially now we've finished the studying of the jewel of Dharma and Buddha and Sangha. So in this teaching, Phuntsok Rinpoche gave the similar teaching of why it is important. And I think it's quite auspicious. Anyhow, my class will be on Wednesday to give a preview or a short introduction of it. And then Thursday and Friday we'll have the Uttara Tantra Shastra class. During our Kshitigarbha Dharma Assembly, we will continue with our class. I think since we just resumed our class, I'm not going to stop my class. So my class is at the same timing. I'm not going to take a break from then. I really think that we have to attach great importance to listening to the Dharma teaching, because once you interrupt from the teaching, then it could create lots of obstacles for you for your this lifetime as well as for your next lifetimes. I understand that there are currently nowadays many empowerments or other kind of teachings, but if you run around and if you then interrupt your study and and then go around to listen to those teachings or receive empowerments, I don't think it's very good for your next lifetime by interrupting your teachings. I, in fact, relied up on Ponsukul Rinpoche for 19-20 years, and during which I wholeheartedly, in fact, rely upon Ponsukul Rinpoche. Of course, I had a great faith towards other teachers, but I've never really interrupted my study to see them. I had a great devotion towards another Khenpo or Lama Chochek, but I never really interrupted my study to see him. I never really went to see him in person. There are people who then went and rely upon many teachers. Of course, if you have a pure devotion towards many people, towards all the teachers, then that's fine. But if you have wrong views, it's probably not a good idea to rely upon many teachers. There are great teachers who then manifest in forms such as a butcher or even animals, as we've studied before. So if you want to rely upon good teacher, then you can rely upon good teacher in any way you want. But from a different aspect, I really think that studying is really the most important at this stage. Now let's continue the studying from yesterday. Yesterday, we've already finished the studying on the first three Vajra points. Today's teaching is actually on the next four Vajra points. Whatever Vajra point that you're listening to, this is in fact quite important and it has lots of merits. There's a chapter that talks about the merits of listening to the Uttara Tantra Shastra. And if you have great devotion, then whatever teaching you're listening to, it generates a great merit to you. In the Sutra of the Heap of Jewels, it says that to Tathagata's holy doctrines, listen with sincere reverence. By virtue of such reverence towards the Dharma, one would soon attain the great Bodhi. If we don't have such reverence, if we listen to the Dharma with the wrong views, then it's just like what Venerable Tapowa said. If the practitioner do not abide with the Dharma and practice the Dharma, then Dharma cannot liberate you, yet it could then drag you down to the three lower realms. So we have to practice according to the Dharma, otherwise it won't bring you any benefits. If you have great devotion, then even if as we learned the story of how an old lady, just by relying and paid true reverence towards the tooth of a dog, he attained Bodhi. So reverence and devotion is really important. As what we just said, we should then use a joyful mind and mind of reverence and mind of certainty to listen to the Dharma. Then the change that it will cause you in your mind stream is completely, it's really incredible. But if you only listen with doubts, listen to the Dharma with doubts, with the kind of mind that does not feel joyful, then you will not receive such benefit. before the actual teaching, great masters usually would give teachings of how to listen to the Dharma and what should be eradicated in terms of your mindset when listening to the Dharma. This is quite important. This is the ways of listening to the Dharma. So now let's talk about the last 4 Vajra points. And now it talks about the general description and then the explanation of each 4 points, as well as the characteristics of each of those and the merits. So it talks about the 4 aspects. The first one talks about the general explanation. The general explanation of the 4 points. This categorization of such, in fact, is then according to Patrul Rinpoche's stanza, and Taranatha then wrote Sherab Gyaltso then composed the commentary based on his stanzas. The first one says that the thorough explanation of why these 4, which is the element, enlightenment, quality, and activity, these 4 points are the realization of the Buddha or the noble ones. Over here, the noble one is the greatest, the noble one, that is the Buddha. So why these 4 are the realization or the understanding from the Buddha, not the Shravakas or Patika Buddhas. Over here it says that the virtuous 3 jewels which are rare and sublime arise from suchness bound up with pollution, from one free from pollution. The one that arises from suchness bound up with pollution, that is the Buddha nature, Tathagarbha, and from one free from pollution, that is then the Dharmakaya, from the qualities of unpolluted Buddhahood, and from the deeds of the victor. This is the object of those who see the ultimate truth. From these 4, then the 3 jewels are given rise of. So over here it talks about these 4 are the object of the greatest noble one, which is the Buddha, not the object of the mundane ones. Through simple language, these 4 Vajra points give rise to the previous 3 Vajra points. This is the cause and the fruition. So the later 4 give rise to the previous 3. This is the connection. According to Asanga's commentary, that's what he talked about. There's a translation from a Wei dynasty, from the later Wei dynasty. In that version of translation, in fact, the cause and fruition is very clearly stated. The later 4 that talks about in this stanza, that is then the element or the Buddha nature and the enlightenment, the Bodhi and the quality, as well as the activities, these 4. First one, that is the polluted suchness, that is then element or Buddha nature. And it says that the suchness is not freed from the covering of the mental poisons. In that phase, it is called the Tadagaggarbha. This is suchness bound up with pollution. And it is still then bound up with the mental poisons, with the afflictions, the obscurations of afflictions and habitual patterns. And after the path, then in the phase of the level of Buddhahood, this Dharmadhatu, or this element, is called the Dharmakaya of the Tathagata. The level of a Buddha is characterized by complete change of transformation of state. In that, through cultivating the path, this Tathagata has become free from all adventitious defilements up to their very end. And then this is suchness free from pollution. What is linked with this Dharmakaya is the Buddha properties or the merits. And over here, the properties is linked with the 10 powers for fearlessness, the 18 uncommon practices, and the fruition of devoid of defilement or fetters. And this is the 32 of them. And then the 32 characteristics of the Buddha. So the 32 characteristics are the form, bodies, fruition of maturation of fruition. That is the specific characteristics of the Buddha, of the enlightenment, the very specific to the Buddha. This is quite important to remember these terminologies, because if you do not remember these terminologies, then what's the point of study? Even some of the terminologies cannot remember such as terms as refuge or Tadagaggarbha and Buddha nature and so on. If you do not remember all these terminologies, how can you call yourself Buddhist? Next one is the fourth one. The fourth Vajra point is through the power of these qualities, there is unsurpassable activity accomplishing the benefits of sentient beings spontaneously and uninterruptedly. So with the power of these qualities that we talked about, such as the 10 powers and 4 fearlessness and so on, then there is the unsurpassable activity accomplishing the benefit of sentient beings. I think you probably know the activities of Buddhists, of the Buddha. In fact, what is the main activity of Buddhists? That is to benefit others. So the Buddha's main activity is to benefit sentient beings. So through the merits of the Buddha, then he spontaneously and uninterruptedly benefiting innumerable sentient beings. The previous 4 are called the cause and conditions. The 4 points constitute the cause and conditions for the arising of the fruits. And out of this, then the virtuous 3 jewels. So maybe you are wondering why you have to depend on these 4 points to have the 3 jewels. Shouldn't it be the other way around? In fact, that's not true. In fact, we have to then first have the element that is the Buddha nature, and then after practice, then you will be enlightened, and then you will have all the merits or the qualities, and then you'll be able to perform the beneficial activities to help all the sentient beings. The Shravakas and Pradika Buddhas, they can benefit sentient beings, but not ultimately. The only one who's able to benefit sentient beings ultimately is the Buddha. So it is only through all these four then all the three jewels can be manifested. At first, you have to then perform all these activities, and then there's the Buddha, then there's the Dharma, there's the Sangha. So you have all the three jewels. You have the manifestation of all the three jewels. So this is why that there is the four Vajra points first, and then the three Vajra points. Only the Buddha, who is all perfect, can perform such activity. For those of you who are listening to and studying to this Shastra, then I really think it's quite important to study this profound teaching. In fact, this is not that difficult. This is the basic teachings, the theories that all Buddhists should understand. If you do not understand the Dharmakaya, Nirmanakaya, the Buddha nature, then how can you call you Buddhists? So do you understand this stanza by now? Yes? Who understood this? Oh, you? Okay, so you can give the oral presentation afterwards, during the after-class presentation period of time. So, the next stanza is explanation that they are inconceivable. The four Vajra points are inconceivable. Why? It says that the disposition of the three rare and sublime ones in object of vision of those who see everything. Furthermore, these four aspects in the given order are inconceivable for the following four reasons. So over here it talks about the given of the elements, or seed, or Buddha nature. The family name or the elements. Who is the one that could see all phenomena? Who is the one who could see the truth of all phenomena? In fact, that is the Buddha. So this one basically explains the last two stanzas, or very similar to it. It says that the disposition or the characteristic of the three rare and sublime ones is the object of vision of those who see everything. So that's the one who can be seen by the three rare and sublime ones. The four These four aspects are the element, enlightenment, quality, and activity, or it could be called the Buddha nature, bodhi, merits, and activity. So this is taught in the given order, and this given order are inconceivable. These four reasons are inconceivable because this is the realization of the Buddha, not the Shravakas or Pratika Buddha or the mundane beings. And the next one explains why they're inconceivable in an extensive way. What are the four reasons? The next one talks about the inconceivable aspect of it. And in fact, many people said that since they started studying the Uttara Tantra Shastra, they felt that they don't understand anything. In fact, the Uttara Tantra Shastra is very difficult. It's not very difficult to understand compared to the 6th chapter of Abhidharma or the clarity of realization, as well as the commentary of it, and the different reasons of Prasangika school. Once you listen to that, then you probably even get more confused. So compared to those kind of teachings, in fact, Uttara Tantra Shastra is not that difficult. Over here it talks about these four are not conceivable by the mundane beings or Shravakas and Pradikas. The first one says the Buddha element is pure and yet has affliction. Enlightenment was not afflicted and yet is purified. Qualities are totally invisible and yet unapparent, and activity is spontaneous and yet without any thought. The first one talks about the Buddha element or Buddha nature is pure and yet has affliction. Everyone has this Buddha nature and is already pure. However, it is then contaminated by afflictions. In fact, the nature is pure. How could it be defiled? How could it has both? How can it has such then contradictory properties then? This is quite inconceivable. In fact, Shravakas and Pradika Buddhas cannot understand, don't even mention about us who are mundane beings. Therefore, mundane beings as well as Shravakas and Pradika Buddhas, they feel that this statement is quite inconceivable. In Srimala Sutra, it also says that the nature is illuminous, that is difficult to enlighten, and the afflictions are also then pure, that is difficult to understand, that is inconceivable. So our nature is already pure, but it is then shrouded by afflictions. Just as the sky is all clear, but out of nowhere the clouds would start together. In lots of the Mahayana sutras, they talk quite a bit about it, as well as in the Tadagaddagarbha Sutra. It says that all beings through dwell in realms of samsara with all sorts of afflictions, possess the Tadagaddagarbha that is eternally unsullied and replete with virtues no different from my own. The Tadagaddagarbha Sutra is one of the most important root text sutra. From the surface, it seems that all sentient beings are Buddha, naturally, but how could the Buddha have afflictions or shrouded by defilements? In fact, the teaching says that it is not controversial. It is not then in paradox at all. It's not contradicting to each other at all. The next one then says that the enlightenment was not afflicted and yet is purified. Enlightenment does not have any defilement on it at all. But this kind of bodhi or enlightenment is not the fruition of no cause and no conditions. You can only attain it out of a long period of time of purifying and practice on the path. It seems that if enlightenment is already pure and is already not shrouded by defilement, then why do we have to still practice along the path? So this could sound like quite a contradictory statement. In fact, enlightenment is pure, but there are defilements, just like gold is pure, but but it could then get defiled. Once you cleanse the defilement, then you'll be able to reveal the gold inside. The next one talks about the qualities. The 5 qualities of the Buddha. When mundane beings, in fact, the mundane beings have already who is bound up with afflictions, they already have this all these qualities, but they are completely indivisible. They are completely indivisible during the phase of ordinary beings who is bound up with affliction. On the other hand, these qualities do not become apparent since their power does not unfold until Buddhahood. On the surface, it seems that it's quite of a paradox, but it is not in contradictory at all. In Asanga's commentary, he quoted Avatamsaka Sutra. He said that there is a great scripture. It contains all the knowledge of 3,000-fold world, but this great scripture is then concealed in a speck of dust that is really small and no one can perceive by their eyes. But if you use wisdom to break the shell of this small speck of dust, then the great scripture will then reveal itself and unravel from this small speck of the dust. Through this metaphor, we can see that all sentient beings are already defiled by our ignorance. We cannot see all the merits and qualities that is already indivisible within us. But just like nowadays with the technology, in a very small chip, it could contain lots of data, but you're not able to see all the data within it if you do not use the correct technology, isn't it? But once you use it correctly, once you open it correctly, then you'll be able to see all the information, all the data hidden inside. So all the qualities are all condensed into a small speck of dust, so to speak, and it is hidden in your Buddha nature. And all the ordinary beings may appear to be the ones who are really defiled with lots of afflictions. In Avatamsaka Sutra, this metaphor talks about the undefiled qualities are already indivisible during the phase of an ordinary being. But these qualities do not become apparent since their power does not unfold until Buddhahood is reached. For this reason, this meaning of qualities is inconceivable. it does not unfold. This kind of qualities do not unfold itself right away. But you have this quality that is indivisible from you, and this statement is not contradictory. The next one talks about the activity of a Buddha fulfills the wishes and hopes of disciples in correspondence to their respective karmic fortunes. The Buddha, in fact, is not deliberately making an effort to benefit sentient beings. The Buddha spontaneously and uninterruptedly benefits sentient beings, just as the Buddha would manifest the way that sentient beings would be able to receive the Dharma, just as if the sentient being, a particular sentient being, enjoys listening to class, then the Buddha would manifest himself into the teaching, or manifest into the numinous penetration if the person is very much drawn to that aspect of teaching. But the Buddha, on the other hand, did not deliberately to tailor the teaching to specific individuals. In fact, the Buddha spontaneously accomplished such kind of effort to such kind of activities to benefit sentient beings. The Buddha doesn't have any intention or doesn't have any deliberate effort to make such differentiation in order to tailor the needs of sentient beings. Rather, it is spontaneous. The Buddha does not have such thinking that, oh, this group of people are ready, then I'll teach them Dharma. That group is not ready, therefore I won't. That's not how the Buddha taught or benefits sentient beings. In the sutra taught by the Buddha and Nirgrantha, it says that working with all sentient beings, I regard them impartially due to their varied capacities. I offer them different teachings. Because of the sentient beings have different capacities and are matured differently, therefore, the way that they receive the teaching and the amount that they receive the teaching are different. But the Buddha doesn't differentiate between how much effort he makes or how much he would offer to the sentient beings. The Buddha does not differentiate, does not make any deliberate effort. The kind of disciple, the kind of sentient beings who have the capacity of great capacity in devotion, then they will be able to receive greater Dharma. And let's just then think of Let's just think of the cousin of the Buddha. He relied upon the Buddha for 24 years, but he did not see any of the merits from the Buddha. Rather, he thought that I have not much of a difference from you. And for such kind of being who had stayed with the Buddha for such a long period of time did not receive any of the benefits, only because of his own capacity. But from the aspect of the activity of the Buddha, in fact, his teaching is spontaneous and uninterrupted. According to the Dharani Raja Sutra, it also talks about different activities different activities of the Buddha. And the activities of the Buddha are inconceivable. The merits of a Buddha is not conceivable. The qualities of the Buddha is not conceivable. The Sangha's merits are inconceivable, and to these inconceivables, if you could give rise to devotion, then the merits are inconceivable. The next one talks about the cause and conditions of such four characteristics, or the talking about the cause and conditions for these 4 points. Constituting what must be realized, the realization is the realization is the attributes and the means to bring it about. Accordingly, the first is the cause to be purified, and the later 3 points are conditions. What is the cause and what is the condition? During the ornaments of the Mahayana Shastra, it has great logics inside. For those of you who do not have deep faith, firm faith to the Dharma, I think it's quite important to study such kind of shastras. Then you'll be able to see how very logical Dharma, Buddhism is. For those of you who feel that Buddhism is so easy, then I would suggest you to study the logics of Buddhism. We're not talking about Madhyamika or emptiness. Even if you just study this text or the adornment to the Mahayana Sutra Shastra, then you'll be able to understand that even the 3 jewels are not that easy, are not that simple. Over here, the first one talks about the one that must be realized. That to be realized is the Buddha nature or the element. From the nature of it is that it is to be purified, and from the aspect of enlightenment, then it is that to be realized. The next one then talks about the nature of enlightenment, which is Bodhi. The nature of Buddha nature is Bodhi. And what is the merit? The merit then is its attributes. After attaining Bodhi, then the attributes, that is the merits, such as the merits of the fruition of being free from all the fetters and fruition of maturation, then will naturally manifest. The next one is bring about realization to sentient beings, that is the activities. To the ones who are practicing, you're probably just visualizing enlightenment as something that once you attain enlightenment, you will just enjoy a really peaceful and happy life. That's not true. Sometimes I worry that not many people would listen to Uttara Tantra Shastra because it's a bit difficult. People would rather listen to some very practical advices and practical teachings. Then you can use it onto your personal life and relieve your tension and your afflictions. And when it's not that practical to use, you won't listen to it. But this is not true. You have to understand where you're going first. Therefore, Uttara Tantra Shastra is really important to listen to. So over here, this stanza talks about the causes and conditions. The first one, that to be realized, which is Buddha nature, that is the cause. And then the next 3, which is Bodhi and attributes as well as the activities, these are the conditions that could then give rise to the three jewels, to the three Vajra points. And the next one talks about short explanation of the meaning of the element, and then talks about the meaning and the merits and the activities. And over here, this part then give this summary of the next 4 chapters. So the first chapter that we are going to learn is the element or the Buddha nature. Second one is the enlightenment, the nature of Bodhi, or nature of Buddha nature. And then the third chapter is on the attributes, which is the merit, and the fourth one is on the activity. You should know this very clearly, otherwise you won't understand the framework, the basic framework of this whole Shastra. During our after-class presentation and discussion group, I noticed that some of the group leaders, they were very active, and then they were actively asking questions. I really hope that this kind of active questioning and answering this kind of method could be adapted so that people could really receive benefits from the after-class discussion. This part, we are now entering into the first chapter, which is then the chapter of Buddha nature. It says that the perfect Buddhakaya is all-embracing, suchness cannot be differentiated, and all beings that have the disposition, thus they always have Buddha nature. In the Lion's Roar of Tathagata Shastra by Mipa Rinpoche, he explained the Buddha nature. In fact, other people had explained Buddha nature before as well, but according to Mipa Rinpoche, the way he explained Buddha nature is very different and very prominent. And I've studied it many years ago, but I still can vaguely remember the teaching of it. And in this Shastra, he used this stanza to explain, and rather he extensively explained Buddha nature according to this stanza. The first, over here, this 4 verses or 4 sentences talked about the 3 analytical reasoning. The first one is the first verse or first sentence talks about the principle of dependency, that talks in terms of creation. And the second sentence talks about the nature of phenomena. And then the third one talks about the principle of causal efficiency. Because the first one talks about from the fruition aspect to the cause aspect. If the Buddha could then attain Buddhahood or the Buddhakaya, then it must have a cause. So from the fruition, we'll be able to then see that there is a cause, and the cause is a Buddha nature. The first, so this kind of reasoning is principle of dependency. The second one talks about the suchness cannot be differentiated, and all beings have this disposition. So this kind of suchness had never departed. And this reasoning that is used over here is the nature of phenomena, just as the nature of things is never separated from the phenomena itself, just like water has the nature of moisture. So all sentient beings then has the nature of Buddha or Buddha nature. This talks about the nature from the nature aspect. And then the third one talks about the cause, which is the seed of being enlightened. From the biography of Buddha, we'll be able to see that the Buddha, during his causal stage, either let him be a prince or being whomsoever, he had that seed of Buddha nature, and because of that, then he attained enlightenment. So this one is called principle of cause. And due to this cause, you'll be able to have the fruition. Through these three analytical reasoning, we'll be able to see that all sentient beings has Buddha nature. And through Buddha nature, you'll be able to attain enlightenment. This is very reasonable. According to the mind mirror, it says that all sentient beings has Buddha nature. He then gives three reasonings. And the first one is all sentient beings possess the Buddha nature. There are three reasons. First, the Dhammakaya of a perfect Buddha pervades the mind of all sentient beings. And second reasoning is that with regard to suchness, there is not the slightest differentiation among all sentient beings. And the third reason is that all sentient beings equally possess the disposition of the Tathagata. So that is according to the Zen master of Yunming. He gives these three reasons as well. So each and every of the sentient beings has Buddha nature. This is not only analytical reasoning. In our own practice, we should be able to see, should be able to understand that everyone has Buddha nature through the fruition aspect, the nature aspect, and the cause aspect. And this stanza is extremely important. Therefore, I really hope that you could memorize this particular stanza. This is it's quite important to remember the scriptural teachings, to be able to memorize it. In the Great Perfection of Manjushri, it says that we are constantly with the Bodhi, but without knowing it. There's a great master in mainland. His name is Fodashi, and he said that each night one embraces the Buddha while sleeping, and each morning one gets up again with him. We're often with the nature of mind, with the Buddha nature. If we know this, then we'll be able to review or see such Buddha nature very simply, very easily. But most of the time we don't understand, we don't see it. And because the nature has the capacity, has this function to be able to give birth to enlightenment, just as the seed has the potential to give birth to flowering and budding, then you'll be able to get enlightened because you have such nature. In the praise of Dharmadhatu, it says that if this element exists, through our work we'll see the purest of all gold. Without this element, despite our toil, nothing but misery will produce. Similarly, because sentient beings has Buddha nature, we practice, we then practice virtuous deeds, we engage in Dharma practice, and then our Buddha nature, our enlightenment will then manifest. Without such Buddha nature, then how could sentient beings get enlightened? Just as if there is gold mine in the mountain, then you can dig and then you'll be able to get gold. But if there's no gold in this mountain, doesn't matter how much you dig, you won't be able to get gold. I often think to myself that there are people who are not that sharp per se, but as long as they continuously to persevere and study and practice, then they will progress along the path. Even animals, if you continue to train them, then some kind of insight or some kind of changes in behavior will occur on the animal. Some scientists, I think majority of scientists, they don't understand why sentient beings could progress. People only find reasons from the aspect of DNAs and all these kind of reasonings, but they don't understand from the aspect of previous and past lives. If they can study this particular stanza, I hope that everyone could memorize it. And next class, by next class, I will test on those of you who give oral presentations and then give the oral presentation without looking at this book. Next one. All the sentient beings are already Buddhas, but because they are concealed by the adventitious stains, when their stains are purified, their Buddhahood is revealed. This is according to the Hivajra Tantra. And then the next one is rather, I'm going to be very short on this one. That is, the Buddha has said that all beings have Buddha nature, since Buddha wisdom is always present within the assembly of beings, since the undefiled nature is free from duality, and since the disposition to Buddhahood has been named after its fruit. In fact, in some commentary scriptures, these lines do not appear, and in some of the texts, they are then combined together, or rather placed in a different part of this text. So maybe it's because of the translation. Maybe this is rather a long explanation than a stanza. But in the commentary, in the Tibetan commentary, there is no commentary to this stanza. But the meaning is very similar and connected to the previous stanza. The first one says that the Buddha's nature
每一个众生在因地的时候呢，都具足这样的如来
is
藏的意
in
思。
all sentient
然后第
beings.
二个呢，就是说这样的这个真如
And then the
佛性呢，
second
无垢佛
stanza
性的
says
话呢，
that
就是跟
the
众生也是
nature
无二
is
无别的，
not
就刚才这个第
defiled
二个真如
and
这个无别呢，就是也是比较这个
it
也
is
是相
not
同的。
true with all the
然后第
sentient
三个这个
beings.
佛种就是
The
那么
third
佛
one
的这
says
个
the
种
seed
子
of
啊，佛性
Buddha
的话呢，
or
实
the
际上
Buddha
慢慢
nature.
成熟以后呢，就是
Once
才这个
it
四则它
gets
的果，就是它
slowly
的这个
matured,
才
you'll
能
be
这个
able
出现，就
to
是这将来的这个
it
佛果
will
啊，这
then
个
be able
所以
to
说呢，
review its fruition.
每一个众生呢，就是具有如来藏啊，就是那么
All
具体
sentient
是怎么
beings
样的话
has
呢？
Buddha
其实
nature.
这个宝训论面，宝训
In
论呢有
fact,
一些不
within
同的这个，虽
Uttara
然藏文
Tantra
当中有很
Shastra,
多不同的这个注释啊，但这些注释的这个观
there
点呢，就是
are
也不
many
是特别的
commentaries on
明
this
显的有
particular
不同
Shastra.
的，就稍微有一些解释方法啊不同而已。就是
There
其
are
实
the
这样
ones
的
which
这个
gives
如来藏
a
的这
little
个
bit
道理的
different
话呢，就是
commentary,
也
a
应该我
different
们
explanation, but the
就
majority
是
of them are very
通过
similar.
不同的这种
So over
这
here
个
it
推
just
理
says
也好，
that
或者说
through
是自己
different
这个通
analytical
过一种这
reasoning
个心性啊，
or
就是理解
through
也可以，因为后面的话呢，就是依
devotion,
靠这个心性来理解，就是也有这样
you can
这样说
understand
的。
it.
然
Later
而，如果
on,
我
in the
们
later
认
part,
识
it
这个
also
心性
talks
的话呢，
about
可
you can
能对
understand
如
it
来藏
through
呢，就是
your
不管给
devotion.
它叫如来藏也好，
You can
有
call
真
it
如
Buddha
也好，
nature, you
或
can
者
call
是
it
法界心、
defiled
法界性也
suchness.
好，都
You
应该是
can call
是
it
可以的。
the
所以
Dhammadhatu or
就
the
我们
element
藏传佛教的很多大德的话呢，就是经常
or
就
the
是定
dhatu
义
or
自己的心性，就是
element.
心的本性，就
Many
因为自
masters
己的心的
in
本性
their
就是佛，
ultimate
就是这个如来藏呢，就
in
是
their
如果稍
ultimate
微就是了
reverence
解
praise
稍微
at the beginning
误导
of
它的本性
any
的话，就是这个佛。
shastras they
所以
compose, they would
也
say
有很多
that
大德呢，就是先刚
prostrate
开始造
to
论的
Buddha
时候呢，
nature or
也是
to the
定义自己的
mind.
性质的，他
They
也不
would
做地尼佛啊，地
then
狱上是吧？不做什么
prostrate
的，就
or
是这
pay
也是很
reverence
高
to
的
the
一种
mind.
境界。
This is
而
in
佛经
fact
当
of
中也有
quite
这样
high of
看到那个
realization.
数了
In
面积里
lots
面也
of
说了，就是说是
sutras,
地
it
狱这
also
个如来藏，
has something similar. It
它就
says
是地狱
that
如
I
来藏。
bow to
那么这个
Tathagata
愿
which is
下辈未来呢，就
untainted
是于此门
and
户，就是说
inconceivable.
这个加
May
持呢，
it
就是
bless
将
those
来就是
in
啊，
the
就是
future so that no
在
one
自己
will
这个道
doubt
当
this
中的话，
Dharma
不要
door.
这个
This
受
is
这个迷惑，就是因为
this
我
is
们对这个祈祷这个如来
from
藏，就是
the
其实祈祷
Suragama
如来
Sutra.
藏的话呢，祈祷自己的信心，
If
也祈祷
we
这个
prostrate
祈祷这个
and
佛菩提，也可以这么讲
supplicate
嘛，
to
就是跟
Tathagata
跟佛
Garba
菩
or
提
to
无二无
the
别的，就是这
elements,
样的这个信心。那么通过我们这个祈祷
prostrate
和通过我
to
们的这样的一
such
种祈求呢，就是
untainted
加持，就是
and
将来呢，就是我们不要这个入这个邪
ask
道啊，
it
不要
to
这个
bless
自
you
己的修
so
行
that
半途
you
而废
won't
啊，不要呢就是自己呢
tread
就是
the
对这个如来
heterodox
藏的
path
话语呢，
and
就是不但
you
不
won't get
不去
astray
顺
from the
入，然
path.
后反而呢就从中呢就是退市，就是因为这个法呢，就是
And
实际上是跟密法就是基本上是这个
That's
相
why
同
I
的，
would
所以
encourage you
有些大
to
德的话呢，就是如来
not
藏之
give
前
up,
呢，
even
如
though
果
it's
这个听报
it
信
is a
人之
bit
前呢，自
difficult
己
to
需要观念的，
understand.
也有这种说法。因此我
This
们一般
Uttara
听这
Tantra
个
Shastra is
这样的这
very
种神仙法
similar
的时候呢，
to
也许可能
the
个人呢，
tantric
就是有时候
teachings,
也会
and
出
there
现各
are
种的一
teachers
些
who
障
would
碍。
first
这
give
样的话，我们
empowerments
自己也是祈祷
before
这个佛菩萨，
giving
也
teachings
祈祷
to
呢
this
就是信心如
particular
来藏，就是
shastra.
因为如无以
So
报
by
什么，
studying
就像
this,
三好
it
的
could
佛
help
子这
you
样，无以
to
报一样的自己的
stay
祈
on
祷，
the right
它可以
path
给
and
我们
not
赐
get
予一切
astray
的这
from the
种细
path.
理。所以
It could
我
give
们
you
也应该这
blessings
个
and give
祈
you
祷
all the
呢，就是
cities,
这
the
个
fruition,
本有的
and
这种
give
这
you
个跟自己的
blessings.
这个本
So
性无二
you
无别，
could
光明和
supplicate in the
这
same
个
way. You
智慧空
supplicate
性无
to
二无
the
别的这个如来藏。
illuminous,
那么在因缘
empty
这个成熟
wisdom,
和缘起
illuminous, empty
即使
mind.
不坏的这种这
And
个
then
因缘下呢，就是这样的这
in
种这个
the
不共的这个地势里呢，
under
就是
the
加持我们的这个相信。
power of
我在这
truth
样的这个
of
大乘教
cause
当
and
中呢，
conditions,
永远也不要这个退失，
supplicate in
自己
such a
的
way
信心呢，
and
就是被加
supplicate
持
and
这个增
ask
上，而且
to
呢，
the
自己所得
Tathagata
到
Garba
的
to
所
give you
学的这
blessings so
些
that you
知识的话
continue
呢，
to
就是
be on
在
the
今
right
生或
path
者是
and
来世
not
当
give
中呢，
up
就用
in
于
this
这个
lifetime and
利益众
next
生方
and
面。如果我们
lifetimes
自
to
己学
come,
的一点都没有
and
利益众生，这是自己过得特别
use
特别的
this
快乐，吃
teaching
得
to
好，
benefit
反
the
倒
sentient beings. Unlike some people only wish for happy life, joyful life, and enjoy all the eating and all the materialistic lives in this samsara, this is not the right way of This is not the right aspiration of studying this shastra. So by the truthful by the truth of cause and condition, then ask the bodhisattvas and ask for the Tathagata to give you blessing so that you'll be able to benefit. Whatever you wish for, the good and the bad will all become true. So you should make a good aspiration, and we'll stop here today.
中，千万没把全部也激动，西拉单的单子都打给，相聚都能用的这把，理解都能用色大西就，牛马都能跟的就马去，东西都能都没了西就，上不就不都能走吧，要那家做人把大西就，三年家做的那人把做，穷那家做的东西就，年纪家做的都马去，就把家做人把大西就，门来家做用色做马去，上去家做人的就去就，干把家做么就下吧。高要的是先把家完业，相聚就把门了先抓了，从不穷逼相聚真起来，等个当给马里走吧。家完跟你这街头我办，刚个门那跟那上一下，回报的那准不先不去，给我的那单家的都。你到俺到眼角难打脚，就骂人打用那把，偶尔总不给马检查吧，等着等到中马就，给你给我说我先不去，讲话真的满了想把去，骂我干巴跟那么久吧，等一下完把你走马去。修马的那才有马姐姐，用在了脚才都没把修，修马咱没办了连累就，等到怎么人家才话去，他归的那金马金茶吧，深夜马里都要等一等，去这里头就马大姐吧，他根本来都要真正不，高要小姐用来谈一把，人家真的叫我能来不，难道我也懂我就来就，要个的你个马婆啊，刚给我这不等多。相聚中个金色的木像，南街上样的马金马达，送那的木穷的大街。花给上就门来的那边，电脑俺手单家本外去，你那说不俺马本马衣，弄我的一对要的灭多，在那年把人也都我做，忙这得要等那人把我。等到装不得要检查吧，等到装不摸多对劲，咱们阿爸当个等马呢，刚给我希望给金巴的，等一上不就马等就拿，免得把你用色小花去。人多真的多，人多更多，人多人把街，等到忙的忙不得么的，今天怎么跟我就把。小聚叫我中的等没中，送来整洁半些等的等，小聚上去快乐等的过，等到去马等着。快要什么就马门来的，就马等来龙来有，人也难把门帮我上去去，小聚就来中间马去。叫我换我见他金马多，跟他从不得要等一等，他跟着金车那落去，给我等那等家的等。你这家嘛家我等家去，我跟了穷的把地，那个给我等我等个叫，上不就接他的话去。他那见我的姐姐把那这把人家的那些抓的，我是老外等一的多呢，对我亲戚用的那的。你手里那门来的那就，人家把你问的结话修，等他把你当给用色高，今天检测人家办马，要我经过早要跟我的，奔马等把心在这里去，那我的以为我本身的，龙的把要当给的多，等的当给龙的人多呢，这慢慢不嫌我人家意，老爷多去小姐那色要，神界那来奔马奔波。那么就我们来东马也给我就来当给这啥吧，听了说我们来给我的，感觉这个单家就我就，可有什么就嘛东我别说那单也他妈更多的，从我的我今晚就完，我明白你的东马就，门来见我单到穷个做，那也做我跟老板学家，跟那种不见不用这的。阿苏里那玛里东阿修，上去个三年不行了多，九年不觉得不行了多，更多不是都不行了去，见到我们了这把。咱们这太阳我不但那也说，把每等街东街东去，这把那热的热人不可，蛮多人不人不我继续去没分作眼了说话，那结婚不进了就来。他也真的真把心结落，我说的也懂得没人咋个没得弄做的个真把分做，这是叫我这做中的这给那心结本不行把做，我没做 作罗瓦念塔，南波言行罗瓦将作用作就南摩真波念觉的总归接着曼拉索瓦，在摩羯东界先生的从里真被小结果罗家念着就用单子做马，单做班的人的中结结将内将瓦单结人波当谈单单做见做念的，有没了是定波的梦里，多多真波给咱把结结喇叭声的安那真把也。地波昨天来的阳光阳，他的相子相为中地吧，他的就的金波扎西修，班着个的班马舍。
尊敬的上师仁波切，尊敬的堪布堪姆以及现场的所有道友们，大家晚上好。在我们今天开始